Hello there, we are back. Are we excited to be back?
Yes, it was long.
Yeah, we had a long trip in Europe, but we did some amazing things. Some things that were a blast. And we're going to start today by talking about the last thing we did, which was our first visit to Oktoberfest.
Right.
Okay, right. So Oktoberfest, a little bit of background on it. This has been happening for 200 plus years. Prince Ludwig, who later became King Ludwig, started this as his wedding celebration in 1810, and it has continued on ever since then and has grown huge. I think the first one was a week long, now it's like 16 days. Started in October, now it's mostly in September. But it happens in Bavaria, and it's a huge, huge celebration, and we went to see it in Munich.
There are about 17 tents on the grounds.
They call them tents, but they're...
Yeah, they look like buildings,
Yeah,
actually.
they're like huge wooden structures or steel structures.
But apparently they do have to take them all down.
After
They're-
Oktoberfest.
Right, they're not there all the time.
Yeah.
And there's also a bunch of amusement rides there, like Ferris wheels and other fun rides. Beer gardens, outside gardens, lots of food. There's even shops.
Yeah, it's considered the largest festival in the world. It's huge. It's like spread out over 100 acres, multiple entrances, a crap ton of people. They say 6 million people visit during the festival each year. We were there on day one, which starts not actually in the Oktoberfest fields, but it starts how?
On the street with a giant parade that lasted an hour. The parade was pretty cool. It was actually one of my big highlights. And horses are beautiful.
It was a pretty fun thing. A lot of like traditional German music in the bands that were playing, a lot of traditional clothing, like all these different areas of Bavaria and all these different breweries are represented. I don't know how many kegs were marched in front of us, but it made us salivating for some beers. But yeah, it was a pretty fun parade. Lots of horse poop on the street.
Nice smells.
Yeah, it was delicious. But no, it was cool. And actually, going to the horse poop, right behind the parade, there were horse poop cleaners, automated, and just sucked it all up.
Street sweepers are coming down.
And
Yeah,
it was
right
clean
away.
as can be. So then at noon, to kick off the actual formal Oktoberfest, what happens?
Yeah, there is a 12-gun salute. And this time there was a skywriter that made a heart in the sky. Don't know if that happens all the time, but as you're walking towards the actual festivities, you hear the 12-gun salute, and then apparently somewhere the mayor taps the first keg and yells, "It's tapped," in German. I cannot pronounce how he says it, but...
Yeah, it's tapped in German's probably as good as you're going to get from us. And then people start drinking, and it's a total crazy party scene inside these tents. We went on an opening day, and it was, honestly, we got into the first tent pretty quickly. After that, it was really hard to get into any tents, and most of the tents have beer gardens outside. They were pretty crowded too, but
Yeah.
we got into a few.
And we were lucky, like we actually found seats in the first tent that we walked into, because normally you can't get a seat on the first day because they're all reserved pretty much.
Yeah, and they're packed. The seats are like, there's people rubbing your knees, your backs, your elbows. You're scrunched in there tight.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's happy. We met people from all over the place.
Right.
Switzerland,
Australia.
Austria, Canada, Spain, Italy, and a ton of people from Germany. I think most of the people were Germans, and most of them go every year because it's fun and it's part of their tradition and their heritage. And what do you think about the people we met as far as how kind and friendly they were?
I thought everybody was super nice. I never even actually saw like anybody, even at the walking around, like no fighting, or everybody seemed just genuinely happy to be there.
Yeah, agreed. And we were drinking a lot of beer. So they serve their beers in liters in big glass liters. And the beer maids, they were mostly women serving them, felt like amazing.
Yeah, that was so cool. That was really cool. We even tried to figure out how they hold them, but they must come with 8 giant liters full of beer and just somehow bring them all in one hand and smash them on the table.
And the beer was delicious. And most places you don't say, oh, I think I'd like such and such a beer. You just say beer. And you get whatever is tapped at the time, and that's what they bring, and it was all delicious. Germany's got some great beers. All right, so wrap it up real quick. A ton to do there. It's definitely better to go on not the opening night, right? It was packed the day we were there. And we're gonna have a video following this with like 10 useful tips if you're gonna go to your first Oktoberfest. So to help you find your way through there. But we loved it. I don't know if we'd go back on day one.
You may, but I'm not.
But we'd go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. I think that's it. Is that it?
I think so.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and look forward for our next video soon. And say goodbye in German. Yeah, I don't know how to say it either. Just say ciao.
Ciao. Thanks for stopping by. If you like what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up, and we'd love it if you subscribe to the Sunshine Vagabonds channel below. Thanks.